Good evening. Today I am saying that the RNIB deserve government funding, and I will, when I send my email saying that I am willing to help the RNIB get that government funding, if they allow me to, I will make sure that it gets awarded as it should, because the work they are doing to help people who are blind and visually impaired is so important that I fear during the cost of living crisis that charity donations will go down. Therefore, the amount that they're able to help people will go down. This is why I believe that it's important for government funding. And after seeing how governments previous have handled the RNIB asking for government support, 3 times they tried, 3 times. 3 times they were told no. Now, if that was anyone else, they would not get told no. If that was a Prime Minister asking for an extra bit of money on top of that wage that they already get, if that was a Member of Parliament asking for their wages to be put up, they would get that immediately, and we all know that is what would happen, and we all know that that is what has happened recently, as they've all asked for extra money, and they've got extra money. Now, I understand that the pound is kind of practically on the floor dead, but there has to be a way for them to get the money that they need to support people, even just in the short term. So today I will say that I am going to be sending an email to someone at the RNIB saying that I will help, that if they wish for me to help them get government funding and government support, I will. If they decline my help, I will not push forward, as that does not feel right, or indeed is the proper thing to do. Governments want to talk about what's in the national interest, but what they're really not talking about is what needs to be done to help people, especially people who need adaptations, such as these here. I don't know if you can see that, but I get these whenever I want them, and I just signed up for a list, and they'll send it out to me, but how I access it as through a thumb drive, and their thumb drives are all branded with RNIB, and I've got some sort of a number on the back here. I don't really know what that's about, but it's probably something to do with their database. So yes, they can. These things like this are reusable, but things like hold on, give me one little minute. These pouches are also reusable, which is really, really good. Once they send it out to you, you just pop this in the post and it'll send it back to them when you're ready. There's no limit to how long you can keep a book or an audio tape or whatever. You can also get it through the Alexa. Another thing they give out, which in a way is reusable, but I cannot see the RNIB taking these off of people, because it just does not sit right with me. So if it does not sit right with me, it's not going to sit right with them. This is a liquid level indicator, and you sit it on the edge of your cup, and it beeps. This first little one here, it beeps when you should, if you're making a cup of tea, cup of coffee, this is when you stop putting the water in. This tiny one here is when you put the milk in. Now, very, very hot liquids are dangerous, especially when you cannot see at what level those liquids are at. So I am certain that the government would, prefer to give that funding. And we all know that the NHS is under stress. They know that. They're sitting talking about that. They want to cut their budget. Now, they want to cut the NHS's budget. But if someone burns themselves really, really bad, they're going to have to go to A&E. They're going to have to go and see a doctor, a nurse, or whoever. Because the real thing is, they might be able to treat a minor burn, but a severe burn, you cannot treat at home. So it's a question of this for the government. Do you really, really think that we are going to allow people getting burnt, or would you rather, in that bit of funding, keep the NHS going and have the RNIB stop people getting burnt as much? It's another question of, it's another question of where the government's priorities lie. Now, no one appears to know that unless you're sat around those cabinet tables, or that cabinet table, but no one knows that. And I'm not picking on any government or devolved government in particular here. No one knows what goes on behind those doors. Unless you're sat around that cabinet table, no one knows. And I think that is where one of the biggest issues lie when it comes to governments, is we don't see what happens in that cabinet room. We don't see what happens behind those closed doors, where there is no cameras, where there is no live feeds, where there's nothing. We just get told on Twitter, YouTube, whatever, or on a bit where they just go out and give a statement behind a podium. They are hundreds of thousands of pounds. So the extra ones they're never going to use again could easily get sold, and then the money brought in from that. Now, another way that I think they need to pay for this is MPs need to lose a bit of their money and needs to go back to the Treasury, and then that money can be given to the RNIB and other things. This is to continuously give the RNIB the resources it needs to particularly handle times where it is tough, because there is not enough to go round. As much as the government think, oh, they can manage. Yeah, they can manage, but it's just for how long. Resources do get strained. Resources do get undercut. Resources do get taken advantage of sometimes. Now, I'm not saying that people do, but I'm saying it can happen. It can happen, and it shouldn't happen, but it does happen. It's the point where these people are really, really, really struggling. But what I also do not want to happen is NHS money be taken away from the NHS. So I am saying the way that they need to do it, and I will, if the RNIB give me permission to continue on what I'm trying to do, I will make it clear to the government on how they can do this. We've already seen that a mini budget can destroy a government, so can controversy, and so can everyone not having a say. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to intentionally destroy a government, I'm just saying it could happen. I'm not going to go and sit there But we all know that it's important that we all have our say. It's a democracy, so we should all have our say. This government don't care, they only care about the money that goes in their pockets, not the money that we have to deal with, not the NHS. They say they care about the NHS, but do they really? Because I've not seen one of them, apart from a photo op, or a photo opportunity, I've not seen any of them go to hospitals. I've not seen any of them, apart from when they've been admitted or anything like that. I have not seen once from any government a promise to protect charities that help people. Not once. And at least if I'm not able to help secure that government funding, I at least want a promise from the government to protect and step in if need be. We saw that the Bank of England can do that, so why can't the government do that for charities like the RNIB? Why? Just why? It's not like, please tell me why they can't, because I just don't see the thing of, oh yeah, we're going to pretend, we're going to say we're going to do something, but then we're not going to. But I just don't see the fact of how it's sustainable for. Because if people's energy bills go up, they're going to have to spend more money on their energy bills, more money on the gas bills, and they're not going to be able to donate. Donate is the key word here. Because it's all donations, that's how it all works. And I will never, ever, ever take from you. I'll never, ever understand if a government ever says, well, you don't need it, so don't take it. If someone's asking for something like this, I'm not saying it's life-saving, but it prevents trips to A&E. In case you were wondering, it does have up at the top here RNIB sort of engraved in it. Obviously in plastic, I don't know what the right word for that is. But for someone who just wants to relax at the end of a hard work day, a simple book that, like I said, is sustainable, but I don't have everything here that the RNIB provide. Which I cannot show you everything they provide, because they provide so much. I've been here for like 3,000 years trying to show you everything. So it's important that the government really do get to grips with the fact of, we need to help. We need the government to step in. We need that the government need to give RNIB and other charities like Guide Dogs that security of, if you don't get donations this winter, we can step in, we can offer that money for you to continue your essential work. I don't care who says it's not essential, but it is. Trust me, it is essential. It's essential for people's welfare, and I believe the government do have a duty to make sure that people's welfare is taken care of. And I also do believe that the government are the people that have the purse strings, so there has to be some money somewhere, even if it's just £100 every now and then. There has to be somewhere from the government that it can come from. Now, I'm now saying that the government have the money in their own pockets. Now, I don't know whether the government themselves donate. I'm not privileged to that information. I should also mention that I do not work for Guide Dogs. I'm just a service user. I repeat, I am just a service user. But I do see the potential for this. If the government do give funding, I can see so much more potential, even if the government just give a tiny bit of funding. The government just do not care. I don't care what you say, it's not a party, it's a government thing. They just don't care. The government don't care unless it makes them look good, unless it makes them feel empowered. They don't care. And I'm sick of it. It's people at the RNIB and it's the service users that need that extra help. So I will be sending an email at some point, potentially tomorrow or on Saturday. Sunday. I will be sending an email and asking would they like my support, because it's beyond a joke. 3 times I've asked, 3 times have been denied. Now, I cannot see in in the little tiny time that I've been in this world how that is possible to go, yeah, we know you provide so much for people, but we're just not going to, you're going to have to do this all by donations. I just don't see how that is possible. Not at all. I do not see how it's possible for someone to not give the support that's needed. And I do feel like it is a government responsibility to step up. So right now we've got a government stepping down instead of stepping up. That's what needs to happen. And I'm not saying that this hasn't been done before. I know it's been done before. You might be asking, well, why are you doing it if it's been done before? Because I'm sick of purely having to make decisions that goes, oh, we can't do that because we don't get the funding, or our numbers, we haven't got any more money. That's what I don't want. I do not want money to be frozen. I do not want people's welfare to become an issue here, because what I want is the government to step up and do their duty, the thing they're sworn in to do, the thing they're selected to represent us for, to make sure we get the resources we need. And the government have not done that so far. They only do what makes them look good. If it doesn't make them look good, it's an instant no. Now, I've already said how I believe the government pay for this, but whether they listen to me is a different question. So I need all of you watching this, to subscribe if you haven't already. I need you to comment down below if you are a user of the RNIB. I need you to comment down below if you are a user of the RNIB. I need you to just say that you're a user. I need you to make it clear, especially if you're on social media, I need you to make it clear that we will not just have to rely on the potential of someone donating. We need a government that's going to step up, and we need a government that's going to step up now. But by the sounds of things, the way things are going, and particularly in Westminster, no, we're not getting that anytime soon. But I will try to steady the ship as much as I can during that time until we do get, because eventually we will get the triumph we need at some point, maybe. But it's just a question whether the government's going to step up or whether they're going to stay sitting down and saying no. Now, unfortunately, I'm not an MP. I wish I was, because I'd be questioning the government every week about this, because it's despicable, the fact that a government's going to go, yeah, we know that's helping you, but nah, we don't care. We just do not care whatsoever. So like I say, in the next couple of days to a week, I will be emailing the RNIB, as I set out at the beginning, to say that I am willing to help. Do they accept my help? if there's anything that I think you at home watching this could help with, I will let you know. But until then, you might not hear from me for a while. But that's because I'm busy, I'm trying to work, I'm trying to get things sorted, I'm trying to get everything just to go along nicely. I will also leave my Twitter handle down in the description. Please, please, please follow me on Twitter, because that's where you're going to get the most updates. That is where you're going to get the most updates, that's where you're going to get the most information as quickly. Because I can't always just quickly jump and make a video. Sometimes I've just got to quickly post a bit and then move on to the next thing. That's how it might have to be, but if I can make a video, I will. I'm not promising anything, but equally I'm not saying I won't. So I really, 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 really appreciate you just listening to me. And if you're still watching this, thank you. Because the changes need to happen, and they should have happened years and years and years ago. But that's the government for you. They don't care unless it makes them look good. Thank you for watching. Thank you.